All right, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Sorry, I always play around with this. All right, it is a wonderful Sunday. Um, sorry, it's a bit of a slow morning. I happened to make some cold brew from a ton of Trader Joe's coffees. One I have today is like a pumpkin one. I don't usually like it because like when it's hot, it has like this weird kind of like bitter taste to it. Like kind of like almost in like a using too much nutmeg kind of bitter. But I feel like when I have it like cold, it actually kind of almost has that sort of gingerbread kind of feel to it. Where I feel like almost like the heat almost makes it a lot like blander almost. Doesn't let the spices talk a bit, or at least like the spices that aren't like bitter, like talk a bit. Yeah, this weekend was pretty relatively chill. This is a pretty chill week. I actually got into like maybe like two different games offline. One was Resident Evil 4, the original. I'll probably play the remake like further down the road, but I ended up buying the OG because it's really cheap. And I got like maybe halfway through the game. It's kind of addictive. I was surprised. I thought I was gonna be a lot more like freaked out by everything. I remember like maybe like a good solid like decade ago. Like I was like freaked out when I was looking at like the game over screens just because I was like, oh man, if I'm going to play this, I have to be prepared to see what this looks like, so I'll be desensitized to it. And then like all the game overs I've gotten have just been really tame because I'm like decent at it. I also started playing SMT4. Uh, that one is really entertaining. I got to like I'm at the moment I'm like almost near like kind of Ikebukuro. I think it might be Ikebukuro. Like I'm actually kind of at least maybe like partway through. At least to the point where they're asking me whether I should start sparing like bosses or not. But that one was really entertaining because that was mostly just like at first I like back when I first played it, like I was kind of just like stuck in Naraku and I was like, this is annoying. I'm not going to play this anymore. But then like I think within the past year, I was like kind of like I think I might slowly chip away at this and see what it's like, give it more of a chance cuz I like a lot of the other mainline games like what's it called? 3 and 5 are really great. Like five's one of my favorite games, so it would feel weird for me not to like revisit a lot of like the older ones. And SMT4 happens to be one of the ones where like people like are usually a lot more feverishly like in love with it online. So it's like, you know what? Maybe I should actually like try to push forward. And I think one time when I was on vacation, like I got past the tower. Like I got to the point where you could see what like Tokyo looks like and I was like, "Wait a second. You know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe this maybe this is going to shape up to something good." But yeah, not too much happened on my end aside from that. Mostly just kind of like just vibing out, going grocery shopping. What's it called? Getting some good like I think what's it called? The past 2 weekends I've gotten like some like really good like subs for lunch. This time around I got like a nice turkey pastrami. It was really good. I was worried a moment because like I had like maybe an Italian beef one the other week and like it was just like all garlic. It was just rough. But what's it called? This weekend it was pretty solid. I usually like to get like caprese from them, like tomato mozzarella basil. But I wanted something a little more like plain this time around. But yeah, I think I might actually get started with this. Let me see. Let me get everything all configured because this is one of those ones where there's like a sign in. There's the multi-step process. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep continuing this throughout October or if I'm going to switch on over to like a Resident Evil for like some horror stuff. But I have a good feeling that at least like I might be hitting affiliate soon. I'm like really super close. I feel like today might depend on whether I'm going to be able to get past it or not. But like I'll have to check that out and see how everything goes. I will not be using Discord for the overlay. Let's see. Maybe I should turn this down a bit. There we go. Let's start. Let's get going. Well, yeah, last time, like, I'm still kind of within... This is, like, my third day out here. So, yeah, I got this new outfit. Or at least I got this new shirt. I don't care whether it's, like, completely, like, retrograde by the time I get further in. Because... what's it called? I am going to be dead set on keeping this outfit. This is going to be a must. Let's see. Yeah, man. I have faith in you. I wonder if other streamers have this problem of having to, like, what's it called? Log back in and out. Come on. I have faith in you. Alright, this loading screen's longer. I think we're good. Yeah. Ooh. I got an achievement. No. No. Let me see where I need to be. Let me try to get some of these windows out the way. There we go. I will talk to this recruits. See what they want from me. Excuse me. I'm supposed to be participating in a group training exercise for Order of the Twin Adder Recruits, but my party is short a few members, and would you mind joining me? It would only be for a few moments. Sure. Oh man. Where'd he go? Yeah, man. Oh, my level's too high. Oh. Why is the battle music is playing as I hit this, like, dummy? It's like, this is going to be a little awkward. The game is just going to pretend that, like, I have to fight somebody. Come on, you don't have to keep playing the fight music. I have faith in you. Oh man, these are some scary ass slugs. Good thing they don't hate me. Let's see. Woo. Take a nice shower. Get all nice wet. Thanks. Alright, I need to move around this. Let me toggle on this map. There we go. See where exactly this would take me to. You're gonna climb this guy. There we go. The music's not, like, punching me in the face anymore. I appreciate that part of it. Let's see. No, I have to move around the other end. Damn. Oh, hey. What you eating? Hopefully none of these ladybugs. green tier. Okay, but like, I think maybe I have to look at larger map. Cause it's like, I see this little part, but the big question is how do you get across it? I guess maybe it would be from this end. Oh, there's a fate somewhere. Let's see. No, no. There we go. There we go. Come on, you got this. Can't let these vultures get you. Ah! Right there. Let's see. Oh no. There we go, yeah. Come on. Ah! Out the way, out the way. And it's just me, myself, and I. Alright, come on. Sorry I don't usually have as much to like, what's it called? As much to say during like kind of like the more like battle heavy moments. Man, everyone's after me. It's a lot of birds. This is scary as fuck. Ah! These birds out of my way. These vultures are intense. Man, everybody's coming along. Come on, right there. How much more? There we go. That's the ticket. Alright. Let's see. Merchant Mentor. Let's see. If I could buy anything cool from you. Maybe a better hat. Let's see. How much skill do I have? I think this should be good. Let's see. Armory chest. There we go. All my different hats. Yeah. That's the ticket. Alright. My Catboy thirst trap is now evolving. Oh, my baby. Oh. Just like me for real. Let's see. Alright, let's take on some more quests. The bothered beekeep. What is bothering you? Oh, an adventure! I never thought I'd be so happy to see one of your lot. It's those damnable imps! Not only are they pinching the honey from all of our hives, but they're killing our precious bees in the process. Please, you must lend me your blade. I don't have a blade, I got like... Oh! Big imp in Spanish cheese. We got that big imp in NYC. We go. Come on. Big impin', babe. Let's see. Ah. Oh, thanks, Alex Austin, TMZ. Oh. Oh, that's where you are. Why's the beekeep getting his ass kicked? Alright, dude. I'm not trying to pick fights, but I guess I have to pick fights. There's imps in the crib. The imps are trying to give it to me. The imps have an attitude, and I'm not happy. Man, this guy has to really leave. The beekeep really needs to stop. I'll take the hits. Please, I'll take the hits. I can take a good pounding. The beekeep can't. Alright. Now I see bees I want. Where the heart is, the lavender beds. Chasing shadows. Ah, this music's so calming. Let's see what our map's looking like. So maybe if I go further out east, I should probably stumble into something good. That reminds me, do I have any good pants? I don't have good pants now. Or I guess my pants are as good as usual. Oh, this cute little town. Hawthorne Heights. This is the place I would go if I can't make it on my own. I hear there are lovers here. Oh, don't tell me this is your first visit to the stop. I shall update my register with your name so you may access this place in the future. Oh. It's just a notification. Let's attune to this etherite. I said this is a home point. That would be fun. Let's see. Level 16 gnats. This is where I die. No, I'm not joined here. Let's see where I'm at. I think I need to head a little more away from this, but kind of not. I do feel like a lot of this stuff is way out of my level, but The sentiment of being able to travel quite a bit is a nice feeling. Ooh, little solace. Oh, I love this Okage music. Let's see. Oh, I'm level 15. Oh no, I'm level 12. I was like, wait a second. This is wrong. The soda was Chikawa. The soda has been spilled. It's been used. Yeah, maybe I'm out of my elements here. There was a TLC song about this. Not chasing waterfalls. Going to the rivers and streams that I'm used to. I'm not used to these streams. Not a bit. Return to Hawthorne Heights. Oh. I guess I'll have to give up Hawthorne as my main, like, battle hub. But hey, teleport, not bad. This probably goes south. It makes no sense to try to make anything more of this than just a valiant effort that is all for naught. Ooh, a little tunnel. Just a little secret tunnel. Ooh, a cellar. What are you guys making here? This Montai brew is an essential ingredient for many Gridanian dishes. If you ask me, it's just an excuse to let the chef drink. That's me whenever, like, a recipe requires wine, where it's like, oh man, this recipe requires wine or like a can of beer. It would be a shame if I smashed one of these really early. Of course I'll make this Guinness beef stew, you know, 1 can for the stew and 5 cans for good luck. Just like 1 cup of wine for the pasta and like 6 cups of wine for yours truly. Let's see. Maybe I'll just keep going south. Gonna keep logging in different Eternites. Etherites. It's like breaking my mind. Maybe I should rent a Chocobo and see how it goes. This is your first time playing. I'm pretty close to like my first time. This is the third, like, kind of my third login. So I am still getting very much used to the game. I'm at like level 12 at the moment, so I'm still relatively new. Sure, let's see what let's see, 50 gil, 3 minutes. I can live with that, yeah. Hi Lily Rose, how's it going? Dismounting, let's see. You can end at any time by selecting dismount. Where, once you go. No need to make another character. That's good to know. I know that, what's it called? Part of me was thinking of being a bard. So I was leaning into like the archer stuff. I'm not too like disoriented by, I guess, a lot of like the differences. I completely forgot the tutorial to dismount. You can play every character. Oh, right. That's actually really good. I think that was it called. There's kind of like that sentiment where almost kind of seems like worrying to try like new different classes, but I'm glad that it's at least flexible enough for that. Like, flexible to be able to like tap into whichever like classes. Part of me was thinking like I was kind of hashing between like a mage class and like a bard class, because like a lot of what I want to do is just kind of like buff people up. So I know a lot of my goals wind up tapping into sort of. Here we go, Mount Guide. Oh no. Go get a bard at level 30. Oh, so I could just keep on going, yeah. But no. Sorry. I fucked up in the tutorial for the dismount. What's it called? Oh shit! All I had to do was click. Unless it gave up and was like, "You're already at 3. You're good." Oh man, I'm at like the very beginning. Oh shit. Let's see. At least it's kind of where I need to be. I'm still within that level 12 sphere, so I'm kind of working myself up towards that. I'm hoping that level 30 is pretty quick to get to. I mean, not too quick because this is the free trial, but quick enough where I'm able to be like, oh yeah, like I have access to like, what's it called? All these different like kind of classes. And it means of being able to do so as well. I think it's pretty cool that the game gives you a lot of flexibility, especially since it's been out for such a long time. That the game is just kind of like, oh yeah, like if you want to try out new classes or you want to try out like being able to like see what fits you best if the thing that you're trying to do isn't quite working. Oh shit. Oh, at this point, it's kind of bullying because it's a level 7. You're picking fights first. The mobs is with the thingy above them is for the hunting log. Oh, the ones. Oh, these. What's it called? These little like kind of almost like icons. Like next to them. Alright. Oh, so it'd be something where as you kill them, like, you start to kind of almost, like, acquire, like, I guess certain achievements. Where, I guess it would be more along the lines of stuff that you would fill out, like, kind of below here. Where you'd have different battle data. Yeah, defeat, like, 100, I imagine that. Probably, it will log in, like, how many of, like, those, like, water striders you fight. Or, like, spiders. I got traumatized by water striders because of that really awful Jackie Chan movie, like the Tuxedo, where like people are like being like dehydrated. The log tab, let's see. Different quests, mini map compass. Let's see what Luluqua wants. Lukalot wishes you to procure a fence. Phone. Ooh, little earrings. Greetings, sir. You have the distinct air of an adventurer. Might I trouble you with some assistance? In recent days, a heartless cat has been sneaking into a ranch to scare our chocobos. These poor birds are in a state of constant unease, wondering when the next fright will come. It is my hope that extending the fence will help to keep the intruder out. To that end, could I ask you to procure some strands of diorite web? They make for a surprisingly sturdy construction material. You should be able to obtain the webs from the diamites themselves. There are usually a few to be found roaming around the ranch. 6 strands should be sufficient. Alright, oh, I see that little patch. That little ringworm. Sorry, it's kind of gross. Be like this rash that has like a ton of enemies. Like, they must be within my range. Let's see. Oh yeah, level 10. I got too ambitious and I started traveling while I was like way under level. There we go. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad that was a called. It's not what. It's a little bit more lax. I think the fact that FF14 is a lot more lax in comparison. Oh no, it's gonna heal. I got out of the mission range and now it's ready for more. I have to learn to strafe more. But yeah, I'm glad that it's a lot more flexible, the game. I know, what's it called? With Elden Ring, it kind of reminds me of sort of like how there's a lot of classes there are, but at the same time, it can be something where it can be hard to figure out like what exactly fits best. And I think what I ended up kind of meshing with is just the idea of kind of being like a caster in a sense, where I kind of do like kind of almost like strategic like kind of like maneuvering as I kind of like almost keep a distance. So the fact that I can just kind of like almost kind of like hit these dudes from afar is kind of nice. Alright. Let's see if a little poison do the trick. There we go. Let me go back to my chocobo friends. And they say those are hornets, but they kind of look like moths a bit. They have like those like white wings. Yeah, unless you're a melee class, you're probably gonna be a little more hands-on, or at least a little more forward. You might do some dodging, but you could probably mostly just brute force your way through. Close range like classes are probably gonna be a lot more like that. I guess that's why like a lot of the times when I was like almost kind of planning to start with this game, I was like contemplating whether I should like do like kind of like archery or mage work, or part of me wanted to be a summoner because like I'd just gotten to like FF16 and like I was almost just kind of enamored by all the different summons since they're like characters in the game. So it's like, oh man, I get to control, like, what's it called? Ifrit and Phoenix and stuff. Or like Shiva, and that should be fun. But I also want to make some music. Or like kind of just play around with like the little music function and buff people up. Ah, you have returned. Tell me, were you able to procure the dynamite web I requested? But of course. Let's see. The web is extremely sticky. There you go. Yes, yes, these will do perfectly. These are perfect for binding posts together. Were I still an Ishgard, I would never have entertained the notion of using such a bizarre material in this manner. Oh, did I not mention I was from Ishgard? Aye, well, Gridania is in fact my second home. My native land was once famous for its chocobo stables. No man in Eorzea could speak of the creatures without his thoughts turning naturally to Ishgard. Sadly, however, the time has passed. Oh man, that chocobo worked in my face. I was just kind of like there, and the chocobo was just like, I left my home to accept employment here at the ranch, instructing others in my method of chocobo husbandry. Yet I'd found that it is quite often I who am the recipient of the others' instructions, and on greater many matters. Truly one can never know what life may hold in store. Let's see. Do I want... Let's see what kind of beef a lot of this provides. Strength, vitality, copper ear cuffs. Sells for 4, sells for 3. Part of me is thinking of maybe just picking up bronze pieces so I can get some more gil. Let me see exactly if there's a way I can see. I guess probably it would be looking at the character. Oh, currency. There we go. Oh yeah. The chocobo didn't really put me in too deep. It didn't put me in a hole. Let's see. Let's get this etherite going. These seem to be within my wavelength, so I think I might make this my home at the moment. Let's see. Merchant Mender. Let's see what kind of weapons I can purchase. Wrapped maple. The ash short bow. It's pretty pricey, so maybe I might wait if there's a side quest. Wait, oh no. There we go. I might attack you so I can cross the pond. The lake. Come on. There we go. You can platform, it's okay. Up. You can ball. There we go. There's one. And there's two. Parkour. Let's see. Oh, I have to go south in the next quest. I was just there too. That's a little too smooth. Let's see. Oh, come on, dude. Parkour. Sorry, I got two. Make my way through there. Start running. Yeah, I'm going the right way. It wasn't quite showing up on the map, so I was like, wait a second. I'll just start attacking enemies. Like, maybe this might help me level up a little quicker. Oh. Give me an extra leaf. Those are hornets. Ooh, Finny. Let's talk to old Finny here. Ooh, I got glasses. Oh man. Bandana, glasses. Well, I guess this might be one where I might need the, what's it called? The bronze piece. You know, the slug problem. You must be desperate for work indeed if you would speak with me a second time. Either that, or you never learn to leave me well alone. But if you're so bloody eager, then here's another job for you. Head on over to the hedge tree and clear out some of the nests of the saprophagus slugs. All you need to do is sprinkle some of this flat ale on the ground, and where you find the most moist depressions, you should soon be up to your armpits in slugs. That's good, because I keep my... Oh, shit. Boy, I joined a fate. Where's the fate? Where are you at? Oh, I have to fight these dire mites. It's like... This really hits you fast. As soon... There was this one, like, maybe, like, old clip of, like, Prince Harry, I think, like, doing an interview. And then he hears, like, gunfire and starts running off into, like, a battlefield. People end up putting, like, what's it called? Like, the song, like, what's it called? Back That Ass Up to it. So it always reminds me of just, like, Prince Harry running to, like, go see Back That Ass Up. I fought roses and not dire mites, as it turns out. Come on. If I fail this, I will cry. Well, leveled up. Ooh, 13. Not the roselet, come on. No, not the, come on. Dire mite. Dire mite, but I might not. Let's see. Sorry, it's a bad joke. Man, I'm out here getting hurt. Was that roselet? That's been hurting me so bad. I need vengeance. Alright, healing. Love is in the air. Wrong, ghastly. Bazinga. And that reminds me of my cult that I had in like Street Fighter 6. I had a Sheldon cult because you could like pretty much unlock like his default outfit very easily. Or like cargo pants and like a green shirt. And I was like, okay, I have to find other NPCs with this, like, outfit and build a cult around it. A Big Bang Theory cult. There we go. Alright. Oh, that's where the mission is. That lady was really mean and was like, "You really have nothing to do. You are really bored." Alright, fine, we can fight. I'm cozy with that. I feel like it's so funny to run around and just like... I'm sorry to Oliver King, who has to watch me like struggle against Dynamite. You're like, oh, I'm here to drop off this chocobo. Wait, there's like a whole ass like fate fight happening in the background. There we go. Into one fight and out of the next. Let's see. I have to pour beer all over this so that the slugs don't come out. Moist depression. It's like fingering alone. These slugs are like, why did you pour beer all over my house? It's like, look, we're all trying to have fun here. Oh no, I have to reapply the beer. It's like, I don't appreciate flat beer. At least give me like the strong stuff. Man, these roselets don't know how to mind their own business. Y'all are trying to get me killed by like slugs. Alright, dude. Alright, that's one. Alright, I gotta pour some more beer on these depressed, moist people. There's more. There's like, oh, there's only two. I thought there was three. I was about to lose my ever-loving crap. I was like... Swoops on out the way. There we go. There we go. Magic. That's the ticket. Sprinkle ale. Alright. Man. I don't know how this would turn them off. Like, I don't mind if people, like, pour, like, what's it called? Like, flat beer on me. Be like, here, have a little sip. A drink for your troubles. Some of y'all aren't grateful. I give you free beer, and you give me attacks. If this was a college party, you would just accept this and like it. Man, college parties are like the one place where you try out beers that you know you won't like. Where it's like, oh man, I better try Pabst Blue Ribbon for like, what's it called, the experience, and then you have it and it just tastes like, what's it called? You like brewed like, what's it called? You dunked like used boxers into a cup of water. Like, beer is good. That beer is not good. I'm sorry if anyone in the audience loves Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's the same thought I convince myself of whenever I often drink Pabst Blue. Is like, maybe this time it'll be good, and it's like, nope. Then again, I feel like it's only in dire circumstances if I ever do have it. Judging by your looks, no slug escaped unharmed. I don't suppose you have the faintest notion of what the Temptara at Deepcroft is, do you? A final resting place for those who perished during the calamity. The slugs you so handily dispatched were feeding on the flowers we laid there in remembrance for the fallen. The monsters multiply, the food grows scarce. Perhaps there was naught else for them to feed on, but to see those wraiths disturbed thus was more than I could bear. Now I've said too much. Here, take your reward and leave me be. Let's see, let's do some bronze pieces. Let's see. If I do this exclamation points, maybe I'll kind of be on the right track. Gonna take a sip of some water Sprite. Man, it's so dark out. That nice rain. Let's see. I'll do this exclamation point thing. I feel like this is the one I messed up on. First, the recommended fate is this. Unable to attack the fate, your level is too damn high. Maybe I'll just take some of these blows. Maybe I'll taunt. Mercy. It's like, I have a feeling those quests are just things where you would complete it for the sake of complete. When your level's too high, just click the level sync. Oh. Oh. I'll have to look into... That makes sense too. I have a feeling that was it called. It was something where I needed to be a lot more proactive and. Let's see. Then this hole. Oh. Sorry, I keep getting weird text. Oh, it's just prescriptions. What's it called? For anxiety medication. Oh, that's where this is. The side quest is up on this hill. My bad. Yeah. I'll have to look into, like, level syncing, just so that I'd be able to, like, catch up to some of these. Where is this part of the quest? Oh, this magic blade. Lifeman Stump. You're about to enter an instance battle. Only occurs. Take a moment to read the information displayed. Level sync is in effect. Oh. You're about to enter a special instance. Confirmed on duty list. For the duration of battle, you will only be able to pass beyond. Automatically leave. Alright. You will automatically be synced as follows. Alright. Oh man, this is gonna be a cutscene battle. Oh! hit a cutscene battle. Ooh. All wet.
Look, someone's already here.
Oh, voices! Oh, I remember playing them in Record Keeper.
Oh dear. Is that a sword in the stump? Bad idea. Really bad idea.
I remember playing as this monk in like Record Keeper. That's that one app game where like you would play it, I guess, sort of like an RPG, but in like the classic Final Fantasy mode. I think it recently got canceled.
Less than that to incite the green wrath, you know. Why, the first time we came to the 12's Wood, we almost ended up as a stranger dinner, just for crashing our airship in the wrong place.
I think her name is Ida.
It was all Papolino's fault, of course. Though he'd sooner swallow his staff than admit that he was wrong.
Man, they just keep talking over her.
You know him, Kuplo Cop?
She kind of sounds like Rachel Alucard from like Blaze Blue.
Well, not exactly, but we did once share a carriage.
Oh yeah, you drunk that dude's wine. You were a little rascal. I think Ida and Papalimo, I think they are.
How are the readings?
Same as the last. There is a disturbance here as well. And newly manifested at that.
And who's this handsome specimen?
Kuplo Cop seems convinced of your innocence. But if this isn't your doing, whose is it?
Ever since the calamity, the forest's been really sensitive. The slightest disruption to the etheric flow.
I guess it's up to me to apply some CeraVe to the forest. Oh man. Giant tree. Giant Mortal Kombat trees. Oh man. I guess I got automatically sent to level 9, so I shouldn't be having too many problems. Alright. Level sync. Oh, that's the tutorial for level sync. Your level sync. Oh. I'm in the middle of, no, not Ida. Use all my different skills. Perfect. Let's see if I can reapply this. Yeah. I like my tree. Little drop of poison. Oh man, there's another really mad one. If you value your life, stay close. I need to stray far though. Hey, I'll try to fight this oak in the middle. Help Ida and Papalimo. Man, all these enemies are tough. Let me start small with these bulbs. There we go. Poison the tree again. Whatever that may entail. No, run away. You don't want this wood. Oh man, we're like right there. Come on. Duty complete. This is what plays whenever I go to the bathroom. Let's see. Perfect. Ooh, a little rock. This is rock. Pick it up. Pick up the stone. Whee! Whereas this wonderful blueberry ice brought me to. What Kingdom Hearts world does this bring me to? You could either choose Mickey, Goofy, or Donald. Which path will you choose before you fight the giant tubby boss?
Feel. Think.
Man, my Mikote looks so cute while he's just like trying to take in like whatever monstrosities he's gotten sucked into.
Crystal Bearer.
Bearer? I'm a bearer in this game. Oh no, branded was the insult. Bearer is the what's it called? The regular term. My bad.
A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim.
Let's see.
And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead.
Man, this is what I was like when I ate that brownie on Friday.
For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of
The
light.
darkness.
Journey forth and lay claim to them.
His tail off in the distance. I've really endeared to my like character in this. He just looks very precocious and just kind of like trying to figure things out as I am. He's very relatable. Look at baby. We'll boop his nose.
Shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee? Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Oh man, this giant Breaking Bad crystal. Oh, I thought that was a clone of myself. I guess I'll have to join everyone else in the free trial. This is what it looks like when people fall for the copy pasta.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
And the hallucinogenic effects of staring into the sun. Ooh, Muko! Yay! Oopa. Ooh, armpits.
You fainted. A surfeit of ether, no doubt.
And what have we here?
Our culprit, it would seem, an Ixal. And no ordinary Ixal either.
Man, he must have had a wild night.
they would
Passing
venture
out
this
here.
deep into enemy territory, the beastmen may indeed be acting under orders.
Let's draw a cartoon cock on his cheek.
This is Papalimo. We found
How
the
are we
culprit.
feeling then?
It was an excellent
Better?
chieftain. Yes, we'll seek Brother
Man, everyone's talking over everybody.
Giant crystals.
Ida?
Can't say I've seen any.
Tactless.
Are you
Much the
sure
same
you're
as
feeling
always.
better?
Understood. Over and
No,
out.
Ida was talking to me too much.
Kuplokop, please bear word of these developments to Brother Esumiyan. We shall soon return to give a full report.
Understood. Over and out. Kupo!
No, a little flying. I feel like Moogles are probably like one of my favorite staples in these
Till
games.
next time, take care.
Aside from like little things like the Todd berries. Chocobos are nice too.
I think that sword might be a clue. You should definitely pull it out and take it back to the Bannock.
Oh, see you later.
You don't suppose that adventurer could see Kuplokop, do you?
And this occurs to you now? Yes, it seemed that way.
The world would be far more depressing if I couldn't see the Koopo.
Well, time will have to, because you won't. You never tell me what's really going on. Unless you don't know what's going on either.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
You'd like me to be all defenseless. To be babied and taken care of by a nice monk mamu. Alright. Gathering swords. Let's see. On the map, what are we working with? I guess at this point I can kind of just teleport. Hopefully this up. Hopefully Bent Branch is somewhere close. Oh. Oh yeah. Not too far. Good going, Rockna. Your marbles are not completely out of there. Yeah, man. I want to visit my water sprite. I need to see how the McDonald's sprite hits. And speaking of, it's wild how, like... What's it called? People got so weird about that one McDonald's ad where that family's eating chicken nuggets. My main impression of it was just like, oh man, this is just one of those things to, what's it called? Give me the false illusion that I liked like McNuggets. Because McNuggets are always something where like in like the deepest pit of my mind, I'm like, yeah, I love those. And then I have it and I bite into it and it's like hollow. They're like hollow little just balls. I'm like, you don't like the taste of a McNugget. You like the taste of the sweet and sour sauce and you just need a companion for it. And having it with fries is too lonely. Rockna, it's good to see you. One of our patrols sent forward that you had been spotted doing battle with enraged treants. I am relieved to find you none the worse for the experience. But tell me, were you able to what were you able to discover at Lifeman Stump? Oh, this nice blade. What's the flavor text on this? Just an ornament. A sword in the stump and a dead Ixal. I can say with absolute certainty that this blade is of Ixal origin. Ixal rarely step foot in the central shroud, so tight is our guard over in the area. What purpose could have driven this task? I fear something's afoot. I know, right? What's that? A dubious couple sporting peculiar speckles? Ha 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 ha! So you have finally been acquainted with Ida and Papalimo. I'm glad I knew it was Ida. Lay your suspicions to rest. Gridania counts them among her staunchest allies. Both are scholars hailing from a distant land and have been with us since before the calamity. Their garb may appear outlandish, and their exchange is baffling, but never once have they given us cause to doubt them. Indeed, they often assist the gods' quiver and the wood whalers in their work, much as I hope you will come. Well, in days to I hope you will come. I am very lonely. You will in days to come, Rachna, although our unknown visitor eludes us still. Owing to your efforts, we have acquired important intelligence on the Ixali threat. You have my gratitude. We are fortunate indeed to have a capable adventurer such as you aiding us. I will pray you will continue to serve the people of Gridania in whatever capacity you will able to. Alright, magics. And, oh wait, no. No, I don't want to skip the cutscene. Wait. I clicked no. Oh, I think that was the cutscene. And that I just got to the end of it. Rachna, injuries of several of my men have left me short-handed, and I require a capable sort of to complete their unfinished duty. The task is simple. Put down as many of the local Chigoe population as necessary to acquire 3 of their egg sacs. Having done so, you are to deliver them to Monrangwin at Gilbert's Spire. He will answer any inquiries you might have. Now I have other business to attend to. Alright. Let's warp on over to some of these and fight. Let's see exactly how many. Oh, it's just 3 of these. I'm looking forward to seeing what this blue arrow is, because I feel like that might be like another story quest. I was worried that what's it called? I hit like a weird patch where I just wouldn't be able to find story, but like, lo and behold, like I just randomly stumbled into this quest that has like, what's it called? Ida and Papalimo. Ah, you must be the adventurer standing in for our injured companions. Terribly unfortunate business, that. It seems, however, you have little trouble gathering the egg sacs in their stead. Excellent work. I'll have them sent over to the Trappers League immediately. Lest you wonder, these egg sacs are not destined for the dinner table. Members of the Twin Adder, the Wood Whalers, are assisted by the League in collecting the samples to check of their signs of sickness. The Chigoe, you see, is one of the few creatures capable of transmitting the disease known as creeping death. Until recently, any hero who contracted this would inevitably perish. However, a single outbreak once claimed the lives of 1/3 of the Huron population here in Gridania. It was a long time ago, of course. With medicines available to us now, the creeping death is not the killer it once was. Even so, it's best to halt any new outbreaks. Oh man, I joined an outbreak. Level sync. I guess this is the option to level sync. see, quest with the fire logo is... Oh, those are like the main missions. Where are these little bastards? There we go. Oh, there you go. Ew, they have eyes. The mushrooms have eyes. That's so haunting. Come on, where's those scary mushrooms? Who are you trying to hurt? I wonder what Light Beast is up to. They're kind of just walking around. Are they like mages or healers? Hi, Light Beast. Where is it? Oh, there's one. Yeah, I think this is a healer. I think. Oh, there we go. Oh, arrow. He is a mage of sorts. Alright. And I got an achievement. Magic. Yes. I think they automatically are like this. Oh. Thank you. I don't know if anyone saw that, but if they did, hope that I appreciate it. Ooh, like different garbs. I do not need any of these. Such an embarrassing turn of events. I sent a recruit over to Bannock on a surveying expedition only for the Craven to turn tail and flee at the first sight of trouble. This is not how you treat guests from the Conjurers. And as if such a poor showing weren't bad enough, the lily-livered half-wit left behind the surveying equipment provided by here Pauline herself. While I attempted to instill some backbone into the so-called soldier, would you mind recovering the survey gear and returning to here Pauline at Gavino's bower? What if the damn fool didn't lose his boots? Let's see. I'll take your request. Ooh, it's our old. Let's see. Our olds would like to supply with high potion. Let's see. Oh god, it's the pain. I caught a scurry of squirrels gnawing at the fences earlier. I managed to drive them off, but not before they decided to gnaw on me instead. And now I'm in the bloody mess you see before you. To make matters worse, I find myself without so much as a single high potion. I know, foolhardy. I vaguely recall using my last one after some trifling scrapes several moons past. The gods alone know why I didn't think to replace it then and there. You wouldn't happen to carry a spare flask. You don't have any in mind, so the merchant at the Bannock should have plenty in her stock. I can't leave my post, so would you bring me a high potion? Oh shit. 7 hells! Did those accursed squirrels leave any part of me untouched? Ah, you're back. You had that high potion for me? Unfortunately, I have to get rid of my own high potion for this. Thank the gods! I owe you one, my friend. Here, you have this. I had no idea squirrels would bite so hard. I thought I had seen everything, but it seems there are still surprises to be found in the 12's wood. But we both would do so well to remember that. Let's see. Guess maybe some more bronze pieces. By the time I sell all this, I'm gonna make a fortune. Eek. Let's see what this map's looking like. Mm. Oh, that's just bait. That was scary one I stumbled into. It's wonderful music. Maybe I'll try to sell my wares. I've got quite a few coins. There we go, merchant mender. Oh, I can't talk just yet. Wait. Alright, purchase weapons, let's see. Actually, no, it's trading that needs to be done. Selling? I don't think any of this is sellable. These are all crafting. New battle gear. No, this is all very much the same. Level 14. Not quite. Maybe these bottoms. Strength, vitality, dye green. And it's not too much either. Let's go for it. Armory chest. Let's get some of those new pants on. Alright. Got some nice green pants. I kind of look like a thief. But I know that's not the exact, like... There's some of these spaces on the map. Let me check that wooden door a bit. Oh, I have to climb up that thing. To accomplish what I need. There we go. Gonna take a sip of coffee. Yeah, part of me is like, if you have like coffee where it like kind of tastes a little weird while it's hot, like making it as a cold brew like is a good option. I'm surprised this pumpkin one turned out to be kind of nice because I feel like I really didn't like it the first time around and I had it hot. Oh, everyone's really beefed up. So I should try to avoid getting into fights. Oh man. What's this dude up to? Guy wants to do a raid. Oh, adorable. Why do I have such ill luck? Finally meet a good man, tall, handsome, caring. Invite him out for a romantic afternoon to Unhopesy Pond, just for the two of us, casting our limes into the calm water as we listen to the forest whisper. What happens to a path home? What always happens? We're attacked by a pack of lindworms. And of course the gentleman he is, my love sacrifices himself to the creatures, that I may escape unscathed. So here I sit, 20 summers alone, gone, since my first name day, and still without husband. Oh, and I almost forgot. The lindworms have finished devouring my soulmate. Oh no. How are you so casual about this? Being like, oh man, like it's a shame to lose out on a guy. Yeah, they're finished digesting him. Like, this is really bad. Allow him to ravage my flesh. Is there no one that'll come to my rescue? I am not 31. I'm sorry. You're in the most bleak of times. But I'm also unable to fight. Not without dropping dead first. Let's see. Where does this take me to? Hello, where am I at? Oh, hi, Numix the Great. How's it going? I am, what's it called? I am level 14 in the 14th of the Final Fantasies. My level aligns with this wonderful game. Oh, remain closed. You must do so from the blue badger to the east. Oh, this is just a way to get inside of Gridania. Let's see. Let's pull up our handy-dandy map. Did you know this wasn't actually the Final Fantasy? Because I know, what's it called? I mean, I know there's like... I mean, I feel like I was going to say there's like 16 others, but I know that like there's also some spin-off games that count as Final Fantasies. The nerve that they made more of them. And then the ego that every other Final Fantasy will just either quote it or be like, oh no, Final Fantasy was actually just like a book that was written. Or like, what's it called? A play, an old story, a sheet of music. It should be called The Fantasy. They really went out of their way to be like, oh man, like this is going to be like our very last game, and then it got really successful and they couldn't get away with it being the finalist of fantasy, so now they're just like, oh yeah, now they're all just final for good. It's like Fire Emblem Awakening, where like you just make every new one with the expectation that every new one will be the last. It's very clever, but it's also very self-defeating. I'm sorry. I'm not going to fight these. Y'all are gonna have fun on your own with this one. I'm a coward who is way too overexperienced that I have to deliberately lower my level for this. Let's see, map. I hope that this one is the way. The East Shroud. No, I think this one's a little too beefed up. How new are you to the game? This is my third time in the game, so I'm still kind of getting used to everything. But at the same time, I've gotten like familiar enough where like it wouldn't be entirely like, I'm not like entirely like too helpless. Helpless, but not too helpless. Let's see. I think we have to go south in order to get back to the village. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm still within like, I guess, sort of the early stages of the free trial, but I'm like just enough like within the game to be like able to, I guess, get a basic gist of what I need to be looking into. A lot of my hang-ups are mostly just like based off of like the controller, and mostly like, I guess, being able to work something that's like an MMO with a controller is just kind of being like, okay, like I have to use like my options or select button to be able to like select some stuff. Or yay. I'm glad I know that was called. I was told a little bit earlier that it is kind of like one of those games that's really flexible when it comes to like your options. I know what class I want to be, where I'm leaning more towards the bard route, so I was able to kind of pick up on the archer stuff fairly easily. I guess mostly it's by the time I get really deep into it, or deep enough into it where I have to start like picking and choosing my class like kind of like skills is probably where I get to the point where I'll need to like take things more into consideration. Let's see. Where is my exit routes? I think it's nearby. Where the normal Gridania would be, or the new and old Elden Gridania. All right. The South Shroud, let's see. What is this map looking like? Oh, this is the one that's closest to like where town is. Oh man, it's raining. They basically have useful control settings that aren't the default that lets you open skill bars with the combinations of the left and right trigger. Oh. Yeah, because I feel like that's probably the one thing that has been pretty accessible. I guess here is where I would have to like kind of be a lot more like... Oh, that's someone else. It's just someone with a familiar. Abused adventure. What's his chocobo keep, dude? Oh. And a chocobo porter. Alright. Let's see, what's this dude? You must do something about that besotted brute, he's out of control. Later content, you'll need 3 bars. They'll become a bit needed, but super easy to get used to. It makes so much sense. Yeah, I guess that's the thing where sometimes I worry a bit about like exactly how much I can adjust to everything as it starts to come along. But it is one of those things where like as you start to get introduced, you're like, wait a second. I feel like it's a wild thing because I feel like sometimes when I play games on Steam, like it's almost kind of like something where I have to kind of get used to it, or you can kind of tell it was made with the keyboard in mind. So you plug in the controller and you have to almost kind of like almost configure it. But I feel like with this, like there's like ways I'm able to use like the menus to be able to get to what I need, or ways to use like the elbow triggers and such. It's very adaptable. That besotted brute, he's out of control. For some reason, they call him Spencer of the Bottomless Cup. I don't believe the sot's been sober a day in his life. And now he's taken a fancy to pounding in the face of any poor sod who happens to even breathe in his direction. Myself included. I beg you, put the piss toss pot in his place. Oh. Then whoever will save us. Someone who isn't level 22. Someone who's level 22. Poor little guy, there's a drunk dude that keeps beating everyone up. I think it's a skill issue. Dude needs to stop looking to other people to fight his personal battles. Pick up a weapon. If you throw a brick at him while he's not moving, then you're going to be able to knock him out pretty good. Relying on like a level 14 to fight your level 22 drunkard is wild. Actually, the fact that there are level 22 drunkards in this is pretty awesome. Where it makes me think about, like, what's it called? How in Yakuza 7 you would just have, like, an RPG fight against someone who would call themselves like that. Let's see, maybe I'll just try to use one of the Aetherites to teleport. Register security token. Yeah, Yakuza 7's pretty good. I'm playing it on my, like, what's it called, my PlayStation at the moment, but I'm still kind of like farming through Osaka. It's one of those things where you unlock the tower, and like the tower is like the moment before like you're like, what's it called? The moment before like you have to get into this big fight. So now I'm just like stuck in the big grind tower for a bit. I think the next time I pick it up, I'm gonna have to grind a bit more just to get there. Let's see, let me spend some money. Teleport. I feel a bit lost. So maybe I'll try to like unlock some of these. No, some of these are a little later in the game. Alright. Up with my old friends. Oh, there we go. That's where there's a quest nearby. A journey to the lavender beds. Oh, it's because I've been doing all this story stuff that finally I'm able to do the next level of the guild master stuff. Oh my. I think I might be back a sec. I just have to go to the bathroom quickly. But I will put that intermission on. The music going. And I'm back. I'm sorry that all these was a calm. While I was in the bathroom, I kept hearing like, what's it called, the bow and arrow being fired. I'm like, what are these weird wet squelches? And it's like, oh, it's just the bow being fired off. All right, Lucine. Oh wow, okay. I'm glad that I didn't buy any of the, what's it called? A lot of wet squelches, you get used to it. I'm glad that what's it called? It's a very much a universal experience, because if I was like, oh man, these are odd wet squelches, and like, what's it called? I didn't want to look like I was like, oh man, look at you, like trying to make everything dirty. It pleases me to see how you've grown as an archer. Plainly, you have taken my counsel to heart and learned to see with your own eyes. I would love to discover what it means to behold things from a different standpoint. If you recall Alayapo, one of your seniors at the guild, I have given you over to her to care for this lesson. Speak with her and do as she bids. Alright, time to meet with Lei. Man, this guy hates me. I'm gonna talk to him. This is my people, the Elezen, who gave rise to the noble tradition of archery. To see it's thus parodied by outsiders, it is an outrage. Man, bold of you to talk about that while I'm in dick-sucking, like, position. Sorry. It's like, I am just short enough. It's like, bold of you to talk to me like that while I'm in motorboating position. My boyfriend, whenever I call him weak and small, it's like... I guess I have to put on my big boy pants and actually do quests. I've been expecting you, Rockna. Shall we get this over with then? First, a quick review. Remember how the bowmaster you had seeked out and destroyed targets hidden throughout the city? Oh no, I have to do this again. Yeah, this is a really nice, fashionable, like, Mikote. Like, yeah, look at that hat. That is a really cool hat. Love the feather. It's like almost like a chocobo with like a little kind of like tinge of red. Well, I would venture you do the same. However, you have to venture outside the gates. I'm sure you realize this by now, but there's no guarantee of safety within the 12's Wood. As you search, you should take care to mind your surroundings. You won't have the luxury of focusing solely on your quarry this time. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled for potential threats as well. That said, your objective is to destroy the targets alone, so avoid the unnecessary combat. Maintain a safe distance from any hostile creatures you encounter. Should you come under attack, take to your heels, risking direct confrontation only if you can't outrun your pursuers. Oh, that nice save. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. What's it called? I was so worried because, like, I remember the last time I had my Noter qualification. What's it called? Numex the Great, thank you so much. I was worried about the notification because I remember, like, the last time I had, like, a Persona 3 one where it was Akihiko being like, I've been waiting for this. But, like... I was like, oh no, what if it gets like flagged by like Twitch or something like that? So I will be carrying forward. The targets are hidden in the central shroud. As before, use your heavy shot technique to destroy them. You go well. I need to get Streamlabs set up because I feel like the way I'm able to like vet who like just followed me is by opening my app up. I think that was it called. I have my OBS here, but I don't have like the follower list or like the notifications. So I'm like having to go back and forth in the Twitch app to be like, okay, who's following? Just want to listen to music but can't without the rights, and then can't buy the rights for it. Yeah. I think the way I've tried to get around it is by using like the, what's it called? The application audio capture like little toggle that happens through like OBS. But I feel like you can only really do so much with it. And I think that's kind of difficult to be able to do it through like other means. Or it's something where I'm always constantly almost kind of fearful of whether I'm actually going with or against it, even though what I mainly want to do is just kind of play music I like, or be able to do karaoke where it's a lot of fun to be able to like dip into. And then what's it called? There's always that sort of thing where part of me wants to look into and see like how you would be able to like license music. Like exactly how much I would have to throw down for it. But I know that's always like something where you almost kind of need like a bottomless wallet for it. Let me see. The Central Shroud. Oh, this is the place I'm not allowed to leave from. Sorrel Gate. These companies would probably make bank by selling cheap licenses to stream their music. I feel like that would be something where I imagine if you're a streamer, like, and you like have like stuff where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna license my music out to streamers for this specific thing, and it would only be for your use in streaming. I feel like that would be a good way up for like companies to be able to like have their music put out without having to contend with like, what's it called? Feeling like you need to like shirk copyright in order to be able to play the music. But yeah, here we are having to like find little like kind of like ways and like outlets to be able to like play music without actually playing without having it play on the VOD. Because it almost feels like a risk where like you play it on the VOD specifically and then nothing else, but like at the same time it feels like an extra step. And as a streamer, like one of the things that always trips me up is the fact that you can like maybe play music, but you have to kind of turn off your desktop audio in order to do it. So I'll start off and I'll play some music off of like the, what's it called? The area where you could essentially play music. But like all of that purpose is just kind of defeated off the idea like where once you end up playing like the game, like you might have your desktop audio off and it completely throws a wrench in your like activities. So I'll fight this dude. Yay. Strafe around. Oh, there's an edit option. So I guess by the time I do get sophisticated enough. Oh no, I left. Now I have more to fight. Come on, use your heavy arrow. Let's see. Alright, there's one of them. Target's not available. You will be. There we go. A little slap on the butt. Never hurt. I appreciate a good one, so maybe this archery butt does it too. Let's see. Pull up that map. Oh, and this other end. Oh, there's more. Destroy 4. I feel like it's almost easier to play it like through here. Because I feel like fighting the archery butts while I'm in town was miserable. Because like there's so many people in town that like you start to see all of like the different icons for the people. And then you start to see like all of like the obstacles, and then you see like the little glowing targets. But now that I'm out here, it's like, oh wait, yeah, of course, like there's a little like arrow over here. Once I make it to this far end, I can go back to town and make my guilds proud. Yeah. I wonder what other guilds out here is the best, yeah. Cause like that's the thing, like all this space is so wide and open that I would rather risk fighting enemies if I could see the targets than like having to deal with crowds of people being unable to see them. Let's see what I can do from here. There we go. Head on back over to my guilds. My crew. Yeah, I wonder what the other classes usually have to contend with, because I feel like if you're like a swordsman, or if you don't have like an area where like, or you don't have like a ranged attack, like what would be your course of action? Yeah, I feel like if I helped them out, then I would rob them of the experience. Let's see. Little pumpkin. But you know the best like Trader Joe's coffee at the moment? It has to be the maple one. There's like an autumn maple one that always comes around this time of year. Oh man, Florida Woman's here. Oh man. It's so fun seeing everybody. Milo Panda? Milo Panda. Does this person like Sabakui Bisco? And if they do, like, congrats, like. I feel like finding like a fan of that series like out in the wild is so fun. I just finished reading that second book of Bisco. It's a very entertaining experience. I feel like the way I describe it, or I guess the way that I can describe it, is probably like Mad Max for bi people. Where like you have almost this kind of thing where like it has its fair share of like just kind of being like, oh man, like you should like get with my sister, she's stacked. And then like you have stuff where like the main dude's just constantly pining for his like best friend while also trying to like hook him up with his sister. And it's like, oh yeah. This is always just kind of like an undercurrent with this series. Well, well, you've made short work of those targets, I must say. It seems you've learned to seek your prey without being preyed upon. Let's continue then. I have a mind to give you a more practical experience, and we've received requests recently, which I think will provide a perfect opportunity. It seems tree slugs and vultures have been congregating in ever-increasing numbers in the vicinity of the honey yard, causing no end of trouble for the locals. We have been tasked with culling the beasts. This quest comes directly from Stillglade Fane, where wood whalers and God's Quiver cannot spare the forces to attend to such matters. The conjurers often turn to us for help, and before you ask, there's a good reason why they would rather not seek to these particular tasks themselves. The creatures in question possess abilities which can cause problems for the magically inclined. But that's quite enough about conjurers' troubles. Lucane taught you how to discern an enemy's key traits, did she not? Well, now you need to do so while maintaining situational awareness, lest you be overrun. Consider the comprehensive review of her lessons and mine own. Your orders is as follows. Head over to the East Shroud, and there put down 8 tree slugs and 8 vultures using all your skills as an archer. Good hunting! Alright. Now let me hit that teleport. Because I think that might be at like an eastern, oh wait, no. Bent Branch Meadows, I think that's in an eastern part of the map. Oh, Central Shroud, oops. If I remember correctly, the Eastern Shroud might be up north. I know within an hour I'll probably stop, so... I don't have too much longer. Going to trek out into the distance yonder. see if this is east. Oh no, there's just a way back to the village. Yeah, this is the way back to the village. Like, maybe just a trip out here and then... I actually think maybe this is kind of the way to be. Because I think I have to head out that way for the eastern part of the shroud. I do have to swoosh around there. This Florida women. Milo Panda. Prince Tios. I feel like a lot of the people here are just kind of stuck where they were at beforehand. Just like camping out. Let's see. This is Old Gridania. Oops. Maybe from here. I don't want to spend that much money. Maybe this Ethernet cable will help me out. The Ethernet shard. And that's just a way there. New Gridania. Oh, that's just to the pier. Oh, that is a place to the Eastern Shroud. Yeah, I would just travel to Centaur's Eye then. I think. That's... Oh, come on. I think I have to activate that one. I guess maybe I'll go from this end. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah, because the Lavender Bed like quest has been around for quite a while. I should probably close it out at some point soon. Lest I be doing this. There we go. Attuned to that. You now have access to the Lancers Guild. The airship landings are accessible. You now have Ethernet access to everywhere. Nice. Is this locked quest? Oh, it's the Lancers Guild. They're like... So you want to betray... It's like, I see you've given up, and it's like, that's mean. I've not given up my archery. Just because I've made really good friends with, like, the Lancers Guild. Let's see. To the Lavender Beds, yes. This ferry's out of service. Oh. Itai. It hurts. Oh, wait a second. Did I just see purple? No, I didn't see purple. The fairy's out of commission too, so I'll have to wait a bit on that. Does remind me though, I need to check and see maybe some of these. I think that should be fine. And I'll still have to go south regardless. I got too cocky. I was like, I know the way, and I don't. I'm too much of a novice for like the airship, I think. Central Shroud. Alright. I don't think it would be difficult to find that eastern one. I think it might be that little like area to the left of me. It's like, no, I need to do my coward shtick. Keep going up. Oh, it'd be up on that. Oh no, it wouldn't be up on that ridge. Up on the ridge is where that dead end is. Where you found Ida. Let's see. Oh, there we go, east. There we go. Perfect. There's one, no, not hornets. Don't fight hornets. I was just talking the other day about, like, what's it called, slugs. Mostly just because I was talking about how, like, I can be a very picky eater, but for some reason, I was like, oh yeah, like, maybe I should try, like, what's it called, escargot. Like, that would be fun. Or that was, like, one of those things where, like, I would have it just because, like, back when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, like, I should give it a shot. People eat this all the time. The first time I had it, like, it was on, like, as, like, a small bit on, like, a goat cheese tart. And I was like, oh yeah, this is a lot better than, like, a lot of people give it credit for. Just because it's, like, something where people can't get past, like, the slug parts. But then I had two different experiences having it inside of, like, a crepe. Where I'm like, the first time it was like, oh yeah, maybe I do like this. Because, like, the way they prepared it was that they, like, kind of just, like, almost prepared the slugs, like, whole a bit. But, like, they kind of have it in, like, this sort of really rich butter sauce. So for the most part, all you taste is, like, maybe some butter. I also think they might have stirred in, like, some mushrooms in it, just so that, like, you'd be able to have, like, almost that sort of, like, palate cleanse. But here's where the big problem is. And it's the fact that, what's it called? The second time around, it was during like this really awful happenstance where like I was having it during some event. It might have been like after like a graduation or a festival, where I went to that same crepe place. The first time like I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna order some order some escargot for the old time's sake. So I ordered the escargot. They dropped the plate. But then they're like, oh yeah, like, we dropped the plate, it's ruined, and now you get to have, like, a fresh plate. The problem is that, like, the plate before it was dropped had a modest amount of, like, slugs. When I roll up and I get the second plate, that's, like, there's sort of, like, one on the house that's nice, is the one where they pile it up, like, high with slugs. With escargot. So I just like have this escargot mountain that I have to kind of just deal with. Just because like it would be cold of me, it would be rude of me to like be like suddenly like, oh no, like I don't want it anymore just because like, what's it called? I got intimidated by seeing like too much escargot on the plate. So here I have like, what's it called? I eat a ton of it. The first half is fine, because the first half is like, oh yeah, I eat this because, what's it called? It kind of tastes like mushrooms, especially when you have too much butter. And then when you eat more and more of it, you start to really hyper focus on it. And you're like, man, this is just a pile of dead snails. So in your mind, you're like, oh my, like, I got way in over my head. Just because I liked it the first 2 times I had it and wasn't prepared for having like a lot of it. Suddenly I just end up letting like my like nerves get the best of me and be like, you know what? I can't finish all of this. I guess, what's it called? You can have a fine time saying you can't finish it just because like it's really rich. But it also requires you to at least finish most of it by the time you're done. Because if you're like, oh man, I can't eat all of this and you barely make a dent, then you just look like you're wasting food and you're a jerk. But if you're like, oh man, I ate like 3/4 of this and I can't have another bite, then at least it looks like it's only because it's so rich. So of course I eat like almost like 3/4 of it. It's mostly just now at this point I vowed to not have too much of it by the time there is an option to have too much. I guess maybe I'll take on this one beekeep one. Let's see. Damned imps. Oh, it's the same imp one. That should be fine. Where's the imps? Not the honeybee swarms having to fight for their own lives too. This is a cruel game. Sorry, I'm doing 2 different quests at once. I'm double fisting quests. Being double teamed by quests. Little bird sound, just like ah. Ah. Man, the beekeep needs to cut it out. Why'd the beekeep volunteer for the fight? He knows he can't handle it. So now the swarm has to fight his battle. And now I have to inherit the bee farm. Come on. I have faith. Man, all these imps trying to get the best of me. Alright. I feel like it'd be too soon to yell and stay down. Because now I have to fight one more vulture before I can make my guild happy. Oh. Let's see, is there anything else around here before I just up and give up? Not up and give up. That's a very... that's a very, like, cryptic way of describing it. Before I just go back to the guild. I guess by the time I get back to the guild, I'll probably stop for the day, maybe get some food. On the road again. Oh, it's not too far. I was wandering so much that I always thought that, like, all my backtracking was going to make me, like, lose sight of where I'm at. Yeah, I guess that's the magical thing about, or that's the great thing about FF14 is that as you get more, like, I guess, sort of accustomed to everything, like, it all starts to come naturally, where now I'm like, oh yeah, the way to the Eastern Shroud is if I do a little U-turn. Or if I do a little hook from, like, Old Gridania. Or New Gridania. Old is a little north. The forbidden knowledge I would only know by getting invested. But yeah, this was a really nice way to progress. I got, like, a story cutscene. Moved a couple levels up. What was it called? Finally found a hat that matches this body. Whoop. Whiskey rivers. I could use, man, I could use a whiskey river. Take a little sip and make the time right. I often like to get, like, the Japanese whiskey, but I've recently gotten, like, a taste for Canadian whiskey. It's been really nice. Well, recently as in maybe, like, what's it called? Maybe just within this year. I think this is also the first year I've ever tried flavored whiskey. Where someone was like, oh hey, the apple one is always good. And I'm like, apple whiskey. I feel like I'm not sure if it would just kind of taste like juice. Or if it'd be one of those things where, like, oh man, drinking it because it's not the original like flavor isn't as palatable, but I feel like it complements it really nicely. Judging from your smug impression, I'd say you're quite a feel for maneuvering to exploit enemy weakness while covering your own. Vultures are wont to keep their opponents at wing's length, and their attacks will send you flying. The solution to this is simple: maneuver to the rear. Tree slugs, on the other hand, have an annoying knack of disrupting spellcasting with their secretions. As such, you would do well to keep creatures away from any mages in your party. Needless to say, good positioning is key to success in battle, which is why it is absolutely essential to know your target's traits. The knowing of these traits is a fundamental part of hunting. Before the Keepers of the Moon conceived of archery, we dwelt not in the city, but in the forest. For my people, hunting was a way of life. In hindsight, I suppose this is more of a lesson on hunting than archery. Lucien knows it best, so mayhap this was her intent. Hunting, too, is an art. Before I came to Gridania, I never gave it much thought, but the more I think of home, the more I begin to realize with my real eyes. The disguise. Forgive me, I'm not usually given to fits of sentiment. Truly. Forget I said anything. But do not forget the hunter must recognize his prey's weakness and strike swiftly when the opportunity presents itself. That concludes the lesson. Now I suggest you pay Lucienne a visit. She is doubtlessly eager to hear from you. Alright, report over to Leia. Hi, Leia. It would be good to see you, Rachna. I hope you have learned much from Le. You, adventurer! Is this true? Are you the one who slew the tree slugs and vultures? I also killed the giant tree. Acknowledge it, of course. I want you to like me. How dare she entrust the security of our people to the hands of a stranger? I knew Mikote were reckless, but she is downright irresponsible. Shame on her. Don't be racist against Mikote. We're awesome. Did I not warn you that it was folly to suffer that woman's presence in our guild, Lucien? Every time she wastes an arrow on games, she drags our noble art back to the darkness. Aye, and this boy too. He is an embarrassment to us all. That is quite enough, Silvari. Your skill with the bow is undeniable, as your love for your nation, yet there is much and more you have yet to learn about archery. Rachna has matured greatly in a short time that he has been with us. You know this to be true. I suggest you come to terms with Rachna's presence here. You will be giving him his next lesson after all, unless of course you have any objections. Good. As for you, Rachna, I would have you devote yourself wholly to training ahead of your lesson with Silvari. Suffice it to say, he will not be an easy instructor to impress. On that, I can agree. Before you take your leave, there's something I would tell you. You are as dedicated a student as has ever set foot in these halls. In recognition of your fervor for learning, I hereby grant you permission to join the other guilds. Naturally, you'll need to obtain the express permission of the relevant guildmaster, and I doubt that any will refuse one such as you. In Gridania, you will find guilds representing lancers, conjurers, leatherworkers, carpenters, and botanists. You're free to seek membership in any that piques your interest. I ask that you keep but one thing in mind. Although there is merit in exploring new avenues, there's also virtue in pursuing a single discipline in all one's heart. The decision is ultimately yours to make. Whichever path you take, be that may the bow or no, I shall follow your progress with interest, for in you see the makings of greatness. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that bow. Oh, there's options. There we go. I guess it would be these bracers then. Wait a second. Oh no, it's because I needed to acquire one of the things. Oh wait, no. Keep on refusing him. You cannot conceal the truth. No. You can't conceal the truth. Nah. Stop concealing the truth, damn it. Nah. This is why this guy hates me. Let's see. Wait, no. Come on. There we go. Magic. Alright, let's keep this going. Let's get this baller rolling. I had my fun. I had my jollies. Alright, now I have to actually click. There we go. I have to click one of these, and then suddenly... It's not circle, it's X. Armory unlocked. Nice. You now have access to the armory system. Quests to unlock the other classes can be undertaken by speaking with the receptionist. There exists a myriad disciplines in Eorzea that adventurers can take up. For the most rewarding experience, however, it is recommended that you first focus on mastering your current class. Unlocking classes. You now have access to the armory system. It should be noted in addition, you can choose to become a disciple at hand, who choose to synthesize items of hand materials, or disciples of land who harvest resources. Mastering one can make you well-rounded. That's really cool. This is what they were talking about. Let's see, Silvaria definitely doesn't want to talk to me. What about you? What's your... I think maybe I'll probably stop here for today. Maybe I'll check and see what some of this armory stuff. That's just armory chest. Let me switch out into some things before I leave, because I have a new bow to show off. Let's see. It's always at the end of streams where I'm like, I unlocked this new sexy thing. Like, what's it called? Getting like this nice bow made of maple. There's these stuff. Won't be changing that anytime soon. Let's see what kind of gloves. Ah, yes. Those are some fun gloves. Let's see, different pants. No pants that are needed. Shoes. No shoes needed. Alright, I can confidently leave. Alright, I'll be exiting the game. Log out and exit. Alright. Thank you all so much for coming along. It's so awesome to see a ton of fresh faces. It's nice to be able to entertain you. I feel like I was so worried because I know that last weekend, like on Sunday, like I was kind of almost like a little tired. So like I feel like my last like Final Fantasy stream was kind of just like me being like I'm just kind of like doing quests and stuff. But here I feel like I'm a little more peppier or a little more enthused. I feel like it was something where I was definitely grabbed a lot more, and it was nice to be able to progress a lot. So that's definitely something I'm really proud of. But this Tuesday, I'm still going to be on for Eternights. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I usually stream a lot later. So, like, if you check any of my social media, I probably have, like, my schedule up where I'll probably just go in and be able to be like, oh yeah, Tuesday, like, late Tuesdays is usually Eternights, or it's now Eternights. Thursdays are the Great Ace Attorney, where I'm almost finished with like the first like part of the first half of it, and then like from then on I'll continue on to like the second game in the Great Ace Attorney prequel, like kind of 2-game series. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if maybe this weekend I'll keep doing Final Fantasy, or if I'm gonna try to. I know one of the Sundays I want to do Resident Evil 3, or I want to play a horror game, but I don't know which day I should pick. I'm thinking maybe at some point on a Sunday, but I might pick and choose certain days to be able to go in and out of it. It might be a lot of fun to dip in too, but maybe I might do it like near the tail end of the month, maybe this weekend. I'm not sure, but I'll keep y'all in the loop by the time I decide. But until next time, let me fill you in on who I am. I am Rachna Roka. I am a alien from beyond the stars. I run a cafe as a way to be able to afford my hobby of being a DJ. So I mix tapes, I mix sounds, and I transmit positive vibes across the airwaves. In order to do that, I poke on my beauty mark, I poke the mic, and enchant all kinds of people with positive vibes. Now, within an hour, my friend's and roommate Amana might be streaming something. So make sure to keep on the lookout for Amana VT or Amana VTuber or her stuff or their outfit. But until next time, I'll be seeing y'all. Bye.